talk to Todd Mostoller, who's joining us from Penn National, and the nice card tomorrow again, anchored by the Fabulous Strike as well as the Swatara and the Blue Mountain for the juveniles, and this has become pretty much a fixture. Todd, how many years have you been running this card?
Well, that's a good question, Steve. Let me think about that. How long ago? I think it was 3 or 4 years after Fabulous Strike retired, and I would imagine he was like 2007 was his last year racing. I would say 2011, 2012. We have our 2 big days, this and Penn Mile Day, and we kind of split them up.
Well, you get pretty much the attention, of everybody, of all the horse players, that aren't busy in the kitchen on early Wednesday evening. And it's another nice pick 4 sequence that came together as well. And you managed to draw Jason Service coming with Firenze Fire, was looking at that and the fall high weight, and ended up favoring the trip out to Grantsville.
Well, I was unaware of that, Steve, but that's great news. Obviously, we have some cross entries with the fall high weight, but to see a horse of that caliber come to Penn National, it's a great thing to see, and hopefully the fans come out to see the horse. Wednesday before Thanksgiving is traditionally one of our biggest handle days. It's always done well, and we try to put a good card together, and hopefully everybody comes out and has a good time and enjoys quality horse racing.
Well, and the card starts at 6 tomorrow, and the stake sequence and the group of races we're going to talk about, essentially, the Swatara. This is 3 and ups going the mile and a 16th. Then the Pennsylvania-bred Blue Mountain Juveniles. You got a group of 7 here, and led by Autonomous. Chad Brown coming to town, and Kendrick Harmouche making the trip out. And Kendrick actually well-mounted through this sequence because he's also got weight for it for Eddie Coletti in the Swatara. And then he's got part of the Charlie Brown group's entry, Midnight Charlie, in the Fabulous Strike. And, in addition to Firenze Fire, who did draw wide, I thought maybe that, the Jason with that draw, coming out in the 9 hole and 10 horses with the entry, actually, I thought that might intimidate him. But apparently he told, at least Nicole Russo reported that the intention is, and Andy Serling too, Todd, earlier confirmed he thought that Firenze was going to favor this spot.
Yeah, I would think I wouldn't be too concerned with a horse of that caliber drawing outside in the 10 hole myself. He's going to sit a very nice trip. He doesn't need the lead. So I think I would certainly not worry about the post position with the caliber of horse that he is, obviously.
Let's talk about the rest of this field while we are focused, and a couple of other. We really should talk about the success actually of the whole Uptown Charlie Brown stud and what has gone on here, because starting with the limited opportunities, the horse has thrown nothing but runners.
He does. It's amazing. Yeah, I'm sure the quality of mares that he's starting to get to now, based on his early success, has got to be improving. But what he's done with the caliber of mares, and that's, so far, you said it right, Steve. He just gets runners. They're hard-knocking horses. They show up every time. And if he gets to some really good mares, it's going to be interesting to see how he continues to move up in not only the Mid-Atlantic, but I would think that there would be certain individuals that might be looking to actually bring him to Kentucky to expose him to the caliber of mares that are in Kentucky. He's been unbelievable, quite truthfully.
Well, and Eddie certainly quite happy to keep handling the offspring that are coming his way. And Midtown Charlie Brown, Rosado sticks there, and as I mentioned, you've got Kendrick Harmouche picking up the mountain. Kendrick with Midnight Charlie takes over for Manny Sanchez. And Kendrick, it's funny. Midnight Charlie is more of an off the pace type,